Hola, I'm here in Coba, archaeological ruins near Tulum, and I decided to come out here for the day. I was here about 2 years ago, and at that time it was the beginning of the pandemic. It was a very different scene, and this time it's much more relaxed. And this is the ball court. You could see the hoops up there and up there, and this is where players would try to, it's kind of like basketball. The ancient Mayans would play with this rubber ball, bump it around, and try to get it through one of these hoops. I'm not exactly sure how the game is played, but that was the nature of it. And this is a typical ball court. Coba is actually a nice little ruins to visit. It's very close to Tulum, and it's also accessible from Playa del Carmen. And it makes for a good day trip. From Tulum, it's about 40 minutes. It costs 200 pesos to get in, and it costs 60 pesos for parking. So it's not too bad. It's pretty reasonable compared to Chichen Itza and Ekbalam, some of the other larger ruins are more expensive. I'm just walking around the structure. The nice thing about this one, you can kind of climb a bit of it. It's not completely accessible to climbing, but at least there's a bit of climbing that can be done. I don't like it when you can't climb. I mean, it makes it very difficult to experience. Even here, they don't let you past a certain point. I think it's probably more for the fact that they don't want you to fall. They've had a few accidents here with people who are careless, and they just don't want any trouble. I believe that's more the concern. I do know Chichen Itza, once upon a time, you were able to climb the pyramid, the main pyramid, which is now blocked off, and apparently somebody fell down and died, tripped on the stairs. And after that, other sites started roping pyramids off to prevent people from climbing. Anyways, I don't know what this is. I think it's the backside of the ball court. I'm not very knowledgeable on Mayan ruins. I do appreciate them. You know, I love the idea of their ancientness. You know, I've always been fascinated by Egypt and the pyramids. And now we're going to check out this site. Yeah. Very nice. I mean, this is not how you would see them back then. A lot of this now is overgrown with trees, and it hasn't been completely cleared, but I don't think they're going to do anything about it. Again, this is roped off. They're not letting you climb up there. I guess they don't want you there. This is a pyramid that hasn't been reconstructed. This is how they would find them, and then they would reconstruct them So a lot of the pyramids that you're climbing aren't really the original structures, but they've been reconstructed.
They run from there to there. They run outside of the ball court, quickly hopping to score the rubber ball in one of those rings with only
If you want to hire a guide here, you can. There's quite a few of them hanging around. I just got quoted 600 pesos for a short tour and 1,000 pesos for a larger tour. I declined since I just wanted to vlog. I didn't want to occupy my time with the guide. Something else to know is you can rent a bicycle here and make your way around if you don't want to walk. Okay, here's one of the main pyramids. I remember this from last time. I see. Whoops. Yes, what a beautiful pyramid. So I forget what these are called. There's a name that starts with an S. And this is where they, there's a faint image of a figure here on the stone. And I think it would signify something about the pyramid itself. And again, this is a pyramid. They could reconstruct it and make it climbable, but as it is, it's been dilapidated. But it's quite beautiful still. Maybe it's better this way. Okay, so this is one of the main sites.
It looks kind of small too.
There's another structure. So Coba is it's a more dilapidated ruin, but it does have some nice features to it. It's more like how you would find them before they reconstruct them. Many of the ruins here in the Yucatan have been polished. Some have been reconstructed to a point. which is good. Nothing against that. Some of them need to be reconstructed a bit so that tourists can actually appreciate them and come to visit them. Yeah, they don't let you climb up here, which is, I mean, I would, but I'm going to behave myself today. And it's actually quite cool today, which is a perfect temperature to come to these temples. Because you definitely don't want to come here when it's really hot. Well, you do, but you got to be prepared. So today is actually quite pleasant. It's a cool day in Coba. I think there's another larger main temple down that way, and it's going to take a little bit of a walk. So let's head down there and see what we find. But so far this one's really nice. I really liked the feeling here. I'm really curious the kind of activities that happened here back in the day when Coba was a civilization of the Mayas. So here we're walking towards the next site, and as you can see, it's a long corridor, and there's a fair bit of distance between sites. You could rent a bicycle. You can see these kids here with bikes. So you could rent a bicycle. I'm not sure how much it costs, or you can, there's guys with little taxi cars, like little push bikes that you can sit on the front that will ride you around if you don't want to walk. But you know, today's actually not a bad day. It's pretty cool, so we just decided to walk it. So now we're coming to the next pyramid. Along the way, it's actually not that bad of a walk. I think, you know, considering our lifestyle here right now, it's probably good for us to get a bit of a walk. Coba, site of the ancient Maya. Well, this is not much to speak of here. I'm hoping there's more down the road. It's quite entertaining to watch all the traffic here with the bicycles. One thing you will see here, if you're lucky, is some beautiful birds. I've been looking, it's hard to see with the camera, but I can see here some beautiful bird life, jungle bird life. If you go to some of the more remote sites in the Yucatan, you'll actually experience more wildlife, like I don't know, I've seen animals crawling around. Something that looked like a fox. Other types of wildlife. So sometimes it's worth going off the beaten path. Wonder, is that a ruins? No, I don't see a pyramid. So here we have another ball court and another in another part of the ruins. This is the second ball court. There's a rock here. Oh, it's a skull. It's a very cool skull. I guess it's just a reminder that the losers get to be sacrificed. I don't know how true that is, but apparently it is, that if the losing team gets sacrificed to the gods.
Yeah, could be. Este personaje.
Not sure what that is.
It's the same thing as what's on that. The same design.
Very cool ball court. So apparently the rubber ball game that these people played, and I don't know the name of it. There is a name, but it's just not at the tip of my tongue. It was the first sort of ball game that was ever played in the Americas. Some interesting artifact here. It's very hard to see because of... Here we go. I think this is better. I'm not sure what it is, but very beautiful. Wow. Quite impressive. Stand over there. Again, they have this roped off so you can't really climb to the top. You can just walk around it. These structures are very similar in design, so ball courts and other ruins do follow similar patterns. The one in Chichen Itza, there's a ball court in Chichen Itza that's extremely huge. I think it is the largest of all of them. I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but that ball court is huge. And some people say that it wasn't really used as a ball court, it was used as a ceremonial site. This one's done. On to the next. There is one pyramid I do want to see. I gotta find it. Maybe it's this way. Maybe not. Okay, let's go this way. Well, we did it. We took one of these. Apparently the main pyramid is about 1 kilometer that way, so thought we'd just save some time by taking a cab. It's actually kind of fun. I haven't done this in a long time. I feel like a kid. What do you think, Julian? Cool. Julian thinks it's cool. Here we are. Quite a busy scene today. Coba. É pão mais grande?
Sí.
No hay entrada, no?
No, no.
No, okay. I'm lucky I could speak a bit of Spanish. I'd be in real trouble. So this is the observatory, apparently. And it's actually quite a beautiful structure. I'm just going to walk around it. See the backside of it. I love the way it's circular. Unlike other structures, they are more angular. And this particular structure is more circular and conical. The Mayans were into astronomy and astrology. And I don't know exactly how this was used, but this one is very well restored. I'm not sure how much of it was put back together, but it looks like it was very well put together. This is it. I imagine at some point you were able to climb this. Anyways, there it is. The observatory. Let's continue on and see what we find. We're just having a grand old time here in Coba, riding around on this bicycle taxi. So much fun. I think this is the main one, right? This is the main pyramid. I've been here before. There's two pyramids here.
Okay, so the pyramid is the left.
The main one, right?
Yes, the main one. 120 steps, 42 meters high.
Ah, and what's that?
What?
What's that one?
This is the tablet number 20, or Stella.
Ah, Stella. It's
This
called
is-
Stellas.
Yes.
I see.
The Stella is you have inscription and monolith. It's the only the hieroglyph
Uh-huh.
or monolith. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. You wait here for us. Take
Okay.
a picture?
Yeah. Let's go. So here is the main pyramid. How tall is it? How tall?
42 meters,
42 meters.
120 steps.
120 steps, 42 meters. It's good to know the facts. I really should do more research on these places, but I just decided to come here today on a whim. Again, I was suffering from food poisoning for 2 days, and I just wasn't really in the mood for anything. Today's really the first day I feel normal. Just a word of warning when you come to Mexico, even Tulum, is you have to be very careful where you eat and what you eat, especially if you have a sensitive stomach. It's nothing worse than, suffering food poisoning for 2 or 3 days. It really kind of disturbs your plans. So this is the pyramid. It's a very nice pyramid. That is an amazing pyramid, I have to say, but it has not been reconstructed. It's still in its how it was found, more or less. They just cleared the shrubbery around it, but it's pretty dilapidated. This is it. Just gonna go over here.
Sí.
Espectacular de toda la selva. Se veía como un tapete así verde. Pero hay muy
So Coba is definitely worth the 200 pesos of admission. Even though it's not as pristine as some other ruins, it's still quite a worthwhile adventure, especially if you're not planning to go any further into Yucatan. So one of the reasons I think Mayans actually built these tall pyramids is to look above the tree line, because it seems like all the temples or large pyramids were just above the tree line, where you can have this enormous view of the horizon. And I mean, yeah, I think there's spiritual purposes, but I would imagine that having access to that view of the tree line gave you a feeling of possibility, opportunity. It lets you look out into the distance. So I think, not just the spiritual part of it, not just the religious part of it, but also the ability to have this observatory, to look beyond the tree line, was a main reason for building these pyramids in the early Mayan times. I don't know, just a theory.